And many of you all will tell me, well, Donald Trump is bad. I get it. Donald Trump is bad. But are these Hollywood celebrities good? So if the Hollywood celebrities, we know what goes on in Hollywood with the, the pedophilia and all the satanic and demonic stuff that goes on in Hollywood. We know how Hollywood is. That's the devil's playground, which is Hollywood. So are the people in Hollywood good people? I'm trying to understand something. The bad people in Hollywood don't want the bad Donald Trump. Make that make sense. If Joe Biden is the good guy and Trump is the bad guy, then why wouldn't the bad folks of Hollywood want Donald Trump to remain president?
Elijah Wood's shocking allegations against the entertainment industry. In a new interview with the Sunday Times, the former child star alleges that pedophilia has been a real issue in Hollywood. He tells the publication, quote, "There are a lot of vipers in this industry, people who only have their own interests in mind. What bums me about these situations is that the victims can't speak as loudly as the people in power. That's the tragedy of attempting to reveal what is happening to innocent people. They can be squashed, but their lives have been irreparably damaged." The 35-year-old adds, "If you're innocent, you have very little knowledge of the world and you want to succeed. People with parasitic interests will see you as their prey."
I can get a good career doing this. It's going to be good.
Wood says he was not a victim of abuse because his mother Deborah protected him and he avoided those kinds of situations. He goes on to allege that even as an adult in the industry, he has been, quote, "led down dark paths to realize that these things probably are still happening."
These celebrities are literally getting naked to try to convince us to vote. They don't seem desperate to y'all? Does that seem desperate to you all? These celebrities are getting naked to try to convince you to vote, and they want you to vote for Joe Biden. How is this not setting off alarms? It's ridiculous. What does getting naked have to do with voting? Guess what? It doesn't matter, because they're trying to get you to just do what? To just vote.
And if you don't do exactly what I tell you, your ballot could get thrown out.
This is my ballot, just got it.
First of all, when your ballot comes, you're supposed to read the instructions.
Read and follow the instructions that come with your ballot.
If they say to use a black pen, use a black pen.
I know that's like literally the least sexy thing a completely naked person could say, but
I have gram like can of Pepsi. Is problem?
Number 2.
In some states like Pennsylvania,
there are 2 envelopes you have to stuff your ballot in. Otherwise, it's called a naked ballot.
Naked ballots. And you don't want to have one of those.
Number 3, mail your ballot in as soon as you can.
Don't sit on them. Get those things out ASAP.
Like now.
Do it!
Get it in as soon as you can.
I gotta get my ballot to the motherfucking post office. Let's go.
Everybody's banking on it being better because Donald Trump is not president. Everybody is just banking on it being better because Donald Trump is not president, and nobody has a plan. Nobody has a plan. All they're going to tell us is we have to clean up Donald Trump's mess. That's all they're going to tell you. But the funny thing is, the biggest mess they're pushing is racial tension in America. And that's funny to me because America was founded on racism. This is absolutely ridiculous. It literally was founded on racism. So are they selling us on America being less racist? Or are they selling us on America, the economy, everything being better when they're in office? Like, what are they actually selling us on? Because all I hear is get him out of office, but I haven't heard a plan that's going to make America better. Keeping America the same is not good enough because you're letting me know it's not based on what's actually going on. It's based on a preference of person in power. But these celebrities are getting naked, trying to get you to vote, and nobody thinks that's crazy.
Spoiler alert, season 2 is on the way, so in the end, he obviously didn't kill himself. Just like Jeffrey Epstein. Shut up. I know he's your friend, but I don't care. It was a big year for paedophile movies. Surviving R. Kelly, Leaving Neverland, 2 Popes. Shut up. Shut up. I don't care. I don't care.
Can someone say desperation? Why are they this desperate to get Trump out of office? Why are the people of Hollywood The people in the entertainment industry, why are they so hell-bent on getting Donald Trump out of office? This is Hollywood we're talking about. We all can agree that Hollywood is not the best of places. We can all agree that Hollywood is filled with evilness and wickedness. We can all agree with this. So why would these people not be riding with Donald Trump? It just doesn't make any sense to me.
My administration is putting unprecedented pressure on traffickers at home and abroad, and we are freeing innocent victims at every single turn. I was proud to be the first commander-in-chief to attend a meeting of the president's interagency task force established by the Trafficking Victims Protection Act of 2000. In November, I was also the first president to sign an executive order to establish a task force on missing and murdered American Indians and Alaska Natives. Just signed it. And this has a very special focus on women and girls. That's an incredible thing that's been happening, but we just signed it.
Pennsylvania has become the first state to disqualify these naked ballots, and that has some celebrities taking off their clothes to make sure voters follow the rules here. ABC's Devin Dwyer is on the story, fully clothed from Washington, D.C. Devin, good morning to you.
Hey, good morning, Dan. You know, in most states, if you're planning to vote by mail, you have to put your ballot in a secrecy envelope. It's considered naked. Without that, critics say the envelope isn't necessary to ensure a valid vote, but now a major court ruling in the key battleground of Pennsylvania has voter advocates sounding the alarm.
Doing all type of hoopla and crying and boo-hooing and all that bullshit. And come to find out, only 20% of y'all can actually vote. So y'all made all this big fuss, telling all these people to go vote, telling people to do this, do that, and only 20% of NBA players can vote. You're not about anything.
If voting has become completely propaganda, and the majority of that propaganda is Hollywood and entertainment industry, the majority of that propaganda is coming from one side. If the majority of voting is propaganda, then how are things going to be better? How are things going to be better? I just don't get it.
Which included election ballots into a dumpster. Investigators say that Nicholas Beauchesne of Kearney, New Jersey, threw out more than 1,800 pieces of mail, which included 99 general election ballots intended to be delivered to residents along his routes in Orange and West Orange. The Postal Service says that mail has since been delivered. Beauchesne will be arraigned this afternoon and faces 5 years in prison and a $250,000 fine if convicted.
Please vote.
Take your clothes off and vote.
Vote, vote, vote. Everyone's voice matters in this election.
Please vote.
America needs you.
If you have to get naked to get somebody to vote, then something is clearly not right.
So if this is what's getting people's attention in order to not only have them vote, but vote effectively so it actually counts, I'm all for it.
Hear, hear.
I'm over it. Listen, vote. You're going to vote? Go vote. You know to vote. That's all you see everywhere. Instagram, vote, vote. Look how cool I am. I vote. Listen, we got it. Vote. Don't take a picture of your sticker after you vote and say, look, I voted. I get it.
But vote correctly.
Do your duty. Do your American
correctly.
duty. All right, whatever. Take your clothes off and get some camera time.
Ooh, shots fired.
All this freedom in America, but these celebrities can't openly endorse Donald Trump. All this freedom in America, and these celebrities can't openly endorse another candidate.
The president wants to get rid of mass mail-out voting, and that's not because he said clearly that could go either way. It could damage either candidate's chances because it's a system that's subject to fraud. In fact, in the last 24 hours, police in Greenville, Wisconsin, found mail in a ditch, and it included absentee ballots. And also, I can confirm for you that Trump ballots, ballots for the president, were found in Pennsylvania, and I believe you should be getting more information on that shortly. Here in the last 24 hours, they were found cast aside.
I've been saying this for a while. I've been saying it for years. It's a setup. It is a setup. You can't make this man the boogeyman. You can't make him the boogeyman. You can't make him the Joker when Gotham is filled with criminals. So what? You lock the Joker up. What about the Penguin? What about the Riddler? What about Two-Face? What about Mr. Freeze? What about Poison Ivy? Man, what about Bane? You can't make him the boogeyman and not talk about all the other boogeymans. It's a setup.
I've signed 9 pieces of bipartisan legislation aimed specifically at combating human trafficking domestically and around the globe. And in 2018, I signed legislation strengthening the Department of Homeland Security's Blue Campaign, which unified the department's fight against this crisis and increasing public awareness every single day. We have signed more legislation on human trafficking by far than any other administration has even thought about.
Well, you say you're woke, but the companies you work for, I mean, unbelievable. Apple, Amazon, Disney. If ISIS started a streaming service, you'd call your agent. If you do win an award tonight, don't use it as a platform to make a political speech, right? You're in no position to lecture the public about anything. You know nothing about the real world. Most of you spent less time in school than Greta Thunberg. So, if you win, right, come up, accept your little award, thank your agent and your God, and... So... It's already 3 hours long.
So the people in Hollywood have morality now. The people in Hollywood have so much morality that they're willing to get naked so you can vote. They care about us so much that they are willing to get naked so we can vote. And not just vote, but vote Democratic. Wait for it. Free Blanche. Get money. Go.